What if I told you the single worst way to learn difficult English words is by memorizing long vocabulary lists? It sounds crazy, right? But it's true. Welcome to Fluent English for You, the channel that throws the textbook out the window.
Wait, really? So my flashcards are useless? I've spent hours on those. You've got my attention. And Melissa, I heard you have a massive surprise for everyone at the end of this video?
I absolutely do. It's a total game changer for learning new words, but you'll have to stick around. Today, we're going to completely change how you think about learning hard words so you can actually remember and use them. Honestly, this whole topic just reminds me of this one super embarrassing moment back in university. It still makes me cringe.
Ooh, embarrassing story time? Yes, please. Don't leave anything out.
Okay, so picture this. I'm in my first year of university in a literature class with this professor I was desperate to impress. We were discussing a really dense philosophical novel.
Oh no, I know where this is going. You tried to use a big fancy word, didn't you?
I totally did. So I've been using a word of the day calendar to try and sound smarter. That day's word was ephemeral. The definition said lasting for a very short time.
Ephemeral. Wow, that's a good one. So what happened?
Well, the professor asked for our thoughts on the main character's journey. My hand shot up. I was so confident. I said, I think the author's choice of a rural setting is ephemeral. I just sat back, expecting him to be blown away by my vocabulary.
And was he?
Not exactly. The whole class went silent. The professor just tilted his head and said, Ephemeral? You mean the setting is temporary? Like, it's gonna pack up and leave tomorrow? And I just froze. I realized I had no idea how to actually use the word. I just knew its dictionary definition. I wanted the ground to swallow me whole. I mumbled something like, yes? And he just nodded slowly and said, okay, and moved on to the next student. It was brutal.
Ouch! That is physically painful to listen to. So you learned the hard way that just knowing a definition isn't enough.
Exactly. It taught me you have to understand a word's context and feeling, not just its meaning in a vacuum. See? That's the perfect example of why just memorizing definitions doesn't work. So let's break down 3 simple, powerful techniques you can use to avoid my mistake.
Yes, let's. I don't want to have an ephemeral setting moment myself.
Okay, technique number 1 is don't just learn the word, learn its family. Most hard words have relatives, a noun form, a verb form, an adjective form. Learning them together makes all of them easier to remember.
Word families. Like, create, creation, creative. That makes sense. You get 3 words for the price of 1.
For example, instead of just learning the adjective, innovative, also learn the verb, to innovate, and the noun, innovation. Let's try saying that last one together. Innovation. Your turn. Exactly. Our second technique is context is king. Never learn a word from just one definition. You need to see how it's used in the real world.
So, like, how people actually use it in conversations or articles, not just in a dictionary.
Right. If you're learning the word ambiguous, search for it online and read 3 to 5 different sentences. You might see the instructions were ambiguous, or he gave me an ambiguous answer. You'll start to feel its meaning. Okay, your turn to be a detective. Let's say this sentence out loud. The instructions were ambiguous. Go for it. And number 3, my favorite, make it personal. The fastest way to get a word into your long-term memory is to connect it to your own life.
So instead of a random example, I make one about myself. How does that work?
If you learn the word diligent, which means hardworking and careful, don't just memorize it. Create a sentence like, I need to be diligent about my English studies if I want to pass my exam. Now the word is linked to your goals. This is a powerful one. Let's practice that sentence. Repeat after me. I need to be diligent about my English studies. All right, that was a lot, but these 3 techniques are a superpower. Are you ready to test them out with a quick question?
I think so. Let's do it. I'm ready for the quiz.
Look at the screen. Which sentence is correct? Your friend wants to learn the word analyze. Based on what we just learned, what is the best advice you could give them? Option A, tell them to write analyze 10 times in a notebook. Option B, tell them to learn analysis and analytical at the same time. Option C, tell them to memorize the dictionary definition perfectly. And the correct answer is
Yep, B. Learning the word family, the noun, analysis, and the adjective, analytical, is the most effective way to really master the new word.
great job, everyone. Now let's listen to how some of these ideas might sound in a natural, everyday chat.
Let's hear it. I want to see how these hard words sound when you're not in a classroom.
Hey, Alex, have you started that new project for our marketing class yet?
Not really. The professor's instructions were so ambiguous, I didn't know where to start.
I know, right? I had to do a careful analysis of the project brief just to understand the main goal.
You're so diligent. I'm going to have to do the same thing tonight.
It's worth it. My analytical approach helped me come up with a really innovative idea for the campaign.
Ooh, an innovation. Tell me more.
Okay, some good words in there. Did you catch them all? Let's listen one more time, but much slower.
Yes, please. That would be a huge help.
Hey, Alex, have you started that new project for our marketing class yet?
Not really. The professor's instructions were so ambiguous. I didn't know where to start.
I know, right? I had to do a careful analysis of the project brief just to understand the main goal.
You're so diligent. I'm going to have to do the same thing tonight.
It's worth it. My analytical approach helped me come up with a really innovative idea for the campaign.
Ooh, an innovation. Tell me more.
See how those words fit in so naturally? It's all about practice. All right, before we finish, let's do a super fast recap.
Perfect. Let's lock in the key ideas.
First, don't just learn one word. Learn its whole family. The noun, the verb, the adjective.
Second, remember that context is king. Always find a few real example sentences to understand the word's feeling.
And third, make it personal. Connect every new word to your life, your goals, or your experiences to make it unforgettable. Okay, team. You know the theory, you've seen the practice, now it's time for your mission.
Oh, is this mission difficult?
It's fun, I promise. This week, find just one new word you've always wanted to learn. Use our 3 techniques. Find its word family, find 3 to 5 example sentences, and then write one perfect sentence about your own life using it. Then post your sentence in the comments below. We'd love to see what you create. You've got this! And that is almost a wrap for today.
Wait, Melissa, what about the surprise you mentioned? Don't leave us hanging.
I didn't forget. As a thank you for learning with us today, I've created a free PDF guide, our Hard Word Starter Pack. It has 10 great academic words broken down with their word families and example sentences, so you can start practicing right away. The link is in the description.
That's awesome. A free guide. Definitely check that out, and don't forget to like this video if it helped you, and subscribe to Fluent English for you so you don't miss our next lesson.
Thanks for being such an amazing community. Keep learning, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next one.